Hello again and welcome to the Power User Training video series. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to set up an effective lead management system for your dialer. Now, in order to make it easy for you to find out what's going on with any lead at any time, as well as how to search for large groups of leads that have had certain things happen along the way, we've given you a few different ways to segment your leads. The first way is through groups. Now, when you import leads into groups, those leads can be used inside of campaigns by those specific groups. The way that the campaign works, the dialer works, is that it first looks at the group. However, in addition to the group, we allow you to segment specific specific leads that you'd like to dial in that campaign with the tag. So when you're creating your group structure, you want to think of the group kind of like a folder or a list that your lead is going to be put into, and those lists are built so you'll be able to use them for different things down the line. So for example, when you load all your leads into the system for the very first time, you might put all of your new leads into a group called leads. And then as they're being called, certain actions are being taken, and you can use workflows, or you can use the global call statuses to automatically trigger the lead to be moved into a different group. So for example, if you had a lead that had an appointment booked, then you might want to move them out of the leads group into the booked group to keep them separate from possibly being called again inside of that campaign. Or maybe you have a lead that you called and they said they weren't interested, and so you wanted to remove them from that group and put them into the not interested group for follow-up later. There's all different ways that you might set this up, but the best way to think of these folders is segmenting your leads into stages or statuses that you might need them to be segmented into at a later time. Now, as far as tags are concerned, tags are useful for a lot of different things. Maybe you want to be able to track the number of calls that you've made. So every single time that you make a call on the lead, you can apply a tag and remove the previous call tag, so that way you know how many calls you've made, and you want to pass that information over to, say, some other outside system. You also have the ability to use the tags for products and services. If you have different products or services that you wanted to have a tag for, so when you're inside the lead, you know what product or service that lead was interested in, you could use it for that purpose. Also, it's nice to use for statuses as well. So when you move a lead into a group, it can actually be moved into a different group later, and so you might forget that, or you might lose track that lead was booked into an appointment, or maybe that lead had some other activity that happened. And so it's really nice about the tags is those follow the lead regardless of what group that the lead is moved into. So those tags can be used to keep track on what happened through the process of that lead cycle throughout time. Now, in addition to groups and tags, you also have call statuses. Now, call statuses or call dispositions, they are going to be something that you'll be able to use to search a lead. If, let's say, for example, you came in today and you wanted to go and find all of the leads that you have had a not interested call disposition on, you could go into the reporting area and easily search up those leads and find all of those leads where they weren't interested and figure out what you want to do. Maybe you want to listen to the calls and find out what happened, or maybe you want to figure out another campaign that you can put together for reaching out to those leads in the future. But the call disposition status is going to stay with that lead on the call record. So you will have the ability at any time to go back and find leads that had certain statuses on the lead. Now, as far as these automations that are inside of the call statuses, we did cover this in another video, but basically this is a basic level of automations. So as a basic level of automations, if a lead is triggered with, for example, the booked appointment status. Maybe you have an email that's going to fire off to thank them for booking the appointment and a text message confirming that that appointment was booked. And then maybe you're going to put them into that appointment group that we talked about where you just select move, select booked, and you could also add a tag called booked so that way later on down the line you'll have that tag in the lead at any given point. So this is the strategies, or these are the options that you have in order to deploy an effective strategy for lead management inside of the system. I will see you in the next video.